Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Connor Williams, and we're back with a preview to the Everton Newcastle game on the 27th of April at 7:45. Sorry, it's reading the 24-hour clock. A quarter to 8 tomorrow. This is just a run through my thoughts, my feelings on it, where the table sort of lies. My thoughts on Newcastle as a team. They're having having a good season. A little bit about them, how I think it's going to go, and what it means to us as well. I say Newcastle having a good season. It means a lot to us, as well as them. They're obviously trying to keep the pursuit of Europe up, but we're sort of not going to stay within the Premier League. Without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. I know that Everton have supposedly said the team coaches will go through now they're back, so the fans can sort of welcome the bus, welcome the team, which is brilliant to see. I think that will massively help boost. Sean Dyche did his press conference not long ago at the time of recording. He sort of alluded that Doucouré is available again after his three-game suspension, which is brilliant news for us. He said Coleman and Onana are back on the grass. Sean Dyche will make his decision tomorrow if they're involved against Newcastle. And he said Dominic Calvert-Lewin is looking sharp in training, which is great news. He played pretty much the whole 90, near enough. There was that underlying fear with Calvert-Lewin just in the early going of he played the full 90. Was that too much too soon? Obviously, the answer is no, which thankfully is the case, because I don't know about you guys. I know Crystal Palace, depending on who you are, was a bit disappointing. Some people are happy with the point. Dominic Calvert-Lewin did have a brilliant chance on the turn. He spun really nicely. Just snatched at it. Should have been a goal maybe, but it's fantastic. He did well to sort of just earn that and get that chance. We looked a better team with him in. Hopefully we go back to the formation we were playing before that, and I think he'll suit really well. So we've gone through who is available. Let's get down to the formation. I think he'll play that 4-5-1 again. Depending on how you look at it, or a 4-3-3. I'm going to call it a 4-5-1 with Doucouré pushing up as the more attacking midfielder. He sort of goes forward when attacking, but then will come back to make a 5 in front of the defence. I think that's the best way. He's tried with the 4-4-2 while Doucouré's been suspended. I just think a common theme with Everton, our midfield gets overrun a little bit too much. So this combats that. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's a big lad. He's a big aerial presence. His hold-up play, we know, is next to none. So I think having him there to hold it up, played the likes of Doucouré, McNeil, Iwobi through, will actually really benefit us. And I genuinely do think we're a better team with him in, and you can sort of see that now. And speaking of the opposition now at Newcastle, they've been favouring a 4-3-3. I can see their team not being too dissimilar in what they've been putting out recently. I think looking at it, ours will be hopefully Coleman, but I can see it maybe being Godfrey, Keane, Tarkowski, Mikalenko, McNeil, Doucouré, Gay, Onana, if he's fit, I hope. I personally maybe would try Garner instead of Gay. But I can see him going with Doucouré, Gay, and Onana. Iwobi and Calvert-Lewin. Solid team, lots of energy in that midfield. I'd say Garner just because I think Idrissa Gay's just not the player we all remember. He's about 3-4 years older, to be fair to him. So it was always going to be a tough task. The opposition, though, some big players to watch out for. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes in the midfield is a fantastic footballer. Isaac up front is another really good footballer. Joelinton's on a bit of a career revival. The big one for me, though, is got to be careful of Kieran Trippier. We did it last year. Came back to bite us. I think it was at their place. We gave away a free kick in a really dangerous area, and Kieran Trippier made us pay with that. I think was it last year or was it the year before? I'm sure he scored a free kick. It might have been February of 2020. I think it was last year, February of 2022 at their place. If I'm not mistaken, it was the one where Lascelles had scored an own goal, and I'm pretty sure Holgate scored one not long after. Really, really odd, and I'm pretty sure it was something strange like Lascelles had kicked it off Holgate, and then Holgate to score his own goal, and then Holgate had done similar. It bounced off Holgate bounced off Lascelles, um, which was really, really strange, or something like that. There was some sort of weirdness behind it. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, I think we've got to watch out for Kieran Trippier on free kicks, can't afford and corners, can't afford to be giving much away. In the recent head-to-heads, it's been a bit balanced. Newcastle tend to win at their place. We tend to win at home, except for January of 2021, where they won 2-0. In recent years, they have got the better of us. And now that they've got the money they've got and the spending they've got and the players they've got, the task is only going to get tougher. Their top goal scorer is Callum Wilson with 11 goals, 4 assists. Ours is Dwight McNeil with 4 goals and 2 assists. Dwight McNeil undergoing a bit of a career renaissance under Sean Dyche. One of my most improved footballers here. I think he's at the current moment with Iwobi being out wide where it's not his key position. I would say Dwight McNeil is one of our best attacking players at the minute. Yeah, I'd say Dwight McNeil is our best attacking player, and the goals prove it. Iwobi centrally, I would have said Iwobi, but on the right, I think he needs to not perform better. I think he's not a wide player, as he's alluded to that. I think he is better centrally. But yeah, very, very interesting to see what happens there. In terms of the relegation zone, obviously Leicester played Leeds last night. They drew a really good result for us. Really, really good result. Leeds and Leicester are a very, very good team. They're the ones. If we win this, we can leapfrog them and Leeds and push Leicester into the zone. We're on 80. We're 18th with 28 points. Leicester are just above us in 17th with 29th, and Leeds are 30. Yeah, it's a weird one because our form is the worst out of all three of them because we've got 3 draws and 2 losses, and both the teams above have managed to pick up a win where we've got a loss. So it's interesting in that aspect. I think we've just got to be a little bit careful here. Newcastle are a very good team, all the way up in third in the table, and albeit they spent a lot of money, but irregardless, they've got a very good team and they're clicking well. You don't end up third up the table because you're bad at football. You know, you're a bad football team. You end up there because you are good. Newcastle will be a tough task. If I'm being honest, I'm more looking towards that Leicester game where we're head to head. But yeah, if we did manage to win or even get a draw would put us still in the relegation because of our goal difference, but it push us that little bit further out of it. We've just got to watch the gap. It's very, very close still from the bottom, from 20th to about even 14th. West Ham could still be dragged into it. I think Wolves and Palace are safe now as long as they don't have a massive massive downsfall. Bournemouth are just teetering. One more, if they win their game in hand, I think they're looking very safe all of a sudden. So it's Leeds, Leicester, us, Forest, and Southampton. They're the four that I think are, the five that I think are in trouble. Only 2 survive. Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough. Really tough indeed. Um, but yeah, like I said, the fans are there. The fans will do their bit. The coach meeting is a great appointment from like a great change from Everton. Fans wanted, I think they're all together now and have alluded, or some fan pages have alluded to them wanting it. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting one. We've just got to be careful. Unfortunately, we've got to be defensive. If we get a point from this, I don't think it's the end of the world. They are Newcastle ranked 6th in goals scored per match, with an average of 1.7 goals a game. It's got to be a bit defensive here. If we can get a point, like I said, we're not down if we get a point. That needs to be said right now, guys. I know it's a bit annoying, not getting wins, but if we draw, we're not down. We're not down till we're down, and we're not safe till we're safe. If we win this, we're not safe. A draw here and beating Leicester would put us in a lot more of an advantageous advantage. Obviously, you'd like to win all your games. All the games at this point are must wins in terms of you need to win them to stay safe. But this isn't a must win or we're done. This is just a must win to improve our chances. But Newcastle are a very, very good team who are going to play very well. They've got some really good players. They have got some injuries as well that help. Almiron is a doubt. Alan St. Maxim might be a doubt, which is helpful for us. We've obviously potentially missed Coleman and Onana. That's on Dyche to decide. Ruben Vinagre damaged his Achilles. Not that anyone's going to miss him. I think he's only played one game this season, and that was in the Cup under Lampard. Andros Townsend, I have a. This is completely a guess, but I remember people saying that he might be back a lot sooner, and now he's not. I can see Andros Townsend announcing his retirement from football potentially. It's a big, big injury. He's in his 30s. He's on Talk Sport. He's already making what he's going to do in his next period of his career known. He's probably going to go into the media. Wouldn't be surprised if this was the last season of Andros Townsend. That's not me, definitely. That's just my guess and assumption. There's no, no confirmation of that. It's just a hunch that I've got that he could end up being. Hopefully, it's not for his sake. But yeah, it's an interesting one. He should have been back. Maybe if his injury is worse than people suspected. And we obviously missed Mason Holgate as well, out of suspension for a silly sending off, which I think we all saw coming in that game. But yeah, that's all we've got time for. That's the Newcastle one. I think it's going to be a tough game. If we can get a win, fantastic. If we get a draw, I'm okay with that. A loss wouldn't be great, but I think it's just good to reiterate: win, lose, or draw. We win it, we're not safe. We draw it, we're not down. We lose it, we're not down. It's for me, the Leicester one's a much more important fixture, guys. It's going to go to the wire as well, or until we're I just trying to stay positive. Just until we're mathematically done, we're not done. If that's anything to hold on to, it's that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on the Newcastle game. Look forward to reading them. I'll see you guys very soon.